What is up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we've got another new card revealed for the OCG's Collection Pack 2020, which has a bunch of cards from the anime integrated into the actual card game. So keep in mind this is an OCG set, not one of our sets, but we'll probably get this imported somewhere else later down the line. But I did think it was a really cool card, and even though it's only one card being revealed here today, I thought it was worthwhile. I thought this could be a card that could totally come up later down the line. So I wanted to highlight it real quick. Alright, getting into it. Oh, before anything, let's go ahead and take a look at the art. Zoomed in a little bit. Pretty cool artwork, cool bug looking guy. Kinda, if you like bugs, he's cool. If you don't like bugs, he's terrifying. Alright, but as far as what he is, this is number 3 Cicada King. He is a rank 3 wind insect XYZ effect monster. His attack is 1200, his defense is 2500. So big booty, but pretty weak attack. And his materials are any 2 level 3s, and that's what's really important here is he's completely generic. So alright, as for his effects, he has 2 once per turn effects. The first one says if this card's battle position is changed, you can special summon 1 insect monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Second effect, when a monster is activated, when a monster effect is activated on field quick effect, you can attach 1 material from this card, then target that 1 monster, negate its effects, then choose 1 insect on the field, and either change its battle position or make it gain 500 defense. Okay, so starting with the first effect, I think it's nice. I mean, like, it's pretty slow. But of course, the second effect kind of has that synergy with it. I think it's fine. I think it's a nice extension. Of course, insects are not the most dominant type in Yu-Gi-Oh, but in the right, if it does happen to be played in an insect, that could be interesting. Something like, I don't know if Max C ever came off the ban list. You could literally like Max C your opponent. I believe he's an insect. And if he's not, then I'm totally off base here. But like, you could max your opponent going second, make this guy, you know, put him in defense mode to put up a monster negate, and then if you negate something, you could potentially revive that insect monster, which is fine. I think it's okay. And as for a second effect, this is where this card is really interesting to me. It's because it's a completely generic level 3 monster that can negate a monster effect. Now, the monster negate definitely has some limits to it. It's only monsters on the field. It has to then target the monster on the field to then actually negate it. So those are its 2 biggest weaknesses, allowing certain cards to completely work around this card. But I think for the most part, you're going to see monster effects on field being activated more than in hand or engrave or anything. So I still think this is a pretty worthwhile negate. And like, I guess you could say the bonus is that once you negate it, you then can either change this guy's battle position or make it gain 500 defense. Obviously, if you're already in defense position and you're worried about your opponent just beating over you, you won't switch yourself to attack position, even though it would give you a potential extension with the first effect to get an insect, but I don't think that's going to come up too much. I think you're probably just going to buff him to 3,000 defense, and then you're like a legitimate wall. 2,500 is pretty big, but 3,000 is a whole nother beast, right? Especially in defense mode. So that's actually pretty cool. I'll take that, honestly. It's nothing crazy, but it's interesting. And then next turn, you could switch him to attack if you want to get an extension and then keep going. But it's a cool card. I think it's just cool that now rank 3s have a completely generic negate. So any deck that does kind of pump out rank 3s, or any kind of deck that just has a specific combo where maybe you do all the rest of your combo and you're left with just like 2 level 3s on field kind of randomly, you can now just go into a card like this instead of having to make something like IP if it doesn't really work that great with your board, or just end on like a not as good link monster that, like, you know, you just want to get your monsters off the field for. Like, fine, I'd rather be going into something like this that represents a legitimate like negation and disruption to your opponent. So I think it's a cool card. I think it definitely could have its applications. Of course, there are decks that could play this better than others. I'm thinking like BA can kind of make this kind of easy. Like Phantom Knights, maybe with their new support, could be interesting there. Like, you know, some specific archetypes like that. Speedroids, maybe. You know, so there's like a handful that I think it's interesting, but I guess we'll have to see. I think it will take a specific deck to play this, but I definitely think that genericism is there for this card to potentially make it a like legit card to play in a good strategy kind of late in the future. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me here, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. Of course, as always, you know, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on this card. Do you think it's actually could have some legitimate, like, competitive, you know, feature to it. Like, could it actually be used in those kinds of decks? I'm curious to see your opinions on that, and thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, subscribe to the channel for more news videos from me. Every time new cards are revealed, I do like to go over them, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.